In order to be consistent, a brand needs to have a precise set of rules in place that dictate how it should be realised in any eventuality. That's where brand guidelines come in. Brands that can successfully manage consistency have been proven to perform better and have higher recall from consumers. In fact, a recent quote from Lucid Press said the presentation of a brand in a consistent manner is seen to increase revenue by up to 33%. Consistency and repetition is key. Brand engagement needs to happen between 5 and 7 times for a consumer to remember you. A company's brand is one of its most important and valuable assets. It represents the business's identity, its personality, and ultimately its reputation. Effective brand management is crucial for success. One of the key tools for managing a brand is the brand guidelines document. These are the rule books for your entire brand. They offer a wealth of information to ensure consistency across all consumer touchpoints. Brand guidelines ensure visual elements are used consistently everywhere. This strengthens brand recognition and perceived professionalism. Without them, employees or external partners may end up using those well thought out bits and pieces really inconsistently. For example, colours, fonts and imagery could vary between different marketing materials. This dilutes and confuses the brand image. Guidelines are there to protect the brand integrity by preventing incorrect usage and alterations. They specify exactly how all the core brand components should be used. This maintains a strong brand identity and prevents misrepresentation. Violating guidelines ultimately diminishes your lovely consumer's trust. While guidelines provide rules and strict parameters, they should also allow a bit of room for creativity. Effective guidelines are flexible enough to allow branding to adapt for various mediums and contexts while retaining the brand essence. This ensures the brand remains recognisable yet fresh across different digital and physical environments. The brand guidelines should provide both a consistent direction so that executions borrow from the same set of principles, and also allow flexibility so as not to constrain further creativity. Documentation of trademarks, fonts, colours and other brand IP also helps preserve legal ownership. This can protect brands from copyright issues. Documentation of trademarks, fonts, colours and other brand IP helps preserve legal ownership as well. This can protect brands from copyright issues if other organisations use the same or similar brand elements without permission. In this instance, guidelines act as an official record and a reference point. The guidelines are also essential for onboarding new employees and providing an ongoing reference. They educate teams on how to represent the brand accurately. This governance ensures consistency across departments and partners. Without comprehensive brand guidelines in place, there is a risk that branding could become disjointed. This may result in damaging brand perception. However, clear guidelines empower anyone representing the brand to apply branding correctly. This helps build a recognisable, authentic and consistent identity. Pretty important, eh? The guidelines are also there to ensure that whatever is printed, wherever it is printed, it's done consistently. This is incredibly important, especially where there are different print solutions across a brand. The brand guidelines ensure that when flexibility is required, the end print remains consistent. Let me give you a classic example. We've noticed a few clients are moving away from Pantones and going into CMYK for cost-saving reasons. Now, whilst this may seem more cost-effective strategy, and I do understand that part, it can also come with a few pitfalls. Some colours are incredibly tricky to hit using CMYK printing, such as bright oranges and greens. And while printing capabilities have gotten much better over recent years, it's important to bear this in mind before making the switch, especially if your brand colour relies on them. Printing on different substrates and utilising different finishing varnishes can also have an impact on the end colour. Different substrates will take up different colours very differently, so even though you may have chosen the same Pantone colour on a flexible, this may look very different on its carton board equivalent. In this instance, the guidelines will provide a robust steer in how to accommodate these different requirements. These guidelines may eventually be used by multiple agencies, and it's important that they are thorough and all-encompassing. Having one agency as the library and gatekeepers to manage this is always the most efficient way to ensure this consistency. So, some key points to remember. Brands that can successfully manage consistency have been proven to perform better and have higher recall from consumers. Consistency and repetition is key. A consistent engagement needs to happen between 5 and 7 times for a consumer to remember you, and the guidelines will help support that. Not having guidelines in place can dilute and confuse the brand image. And finally, guidelines act as an official record and help preserve legal ownership and IP of a brand. Well, that's it. That's a wrap, as they say. I hope you found it informative. If it adds value, then please do subscribe. I'm Al, owner and creative director of Slice Design. You can follow me on my LinkedIn page, which is linkedin.com/in/Alan Gilberty, or you can follow us on our company website, which is slicedesign.co.uk. So until next time, have a fantastic week and keep well.